Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss the 2018 rom-com Little Italy. The director of Miss Congeniality did this, okay? And he's done a lot of fantastic work in the 90s and the 2000s. I forget his name. It's not coming to me. So I kind of had high hopes for this. Also, Emma Roberts and Hayden Christensen star in this. It was weird. It was just cliched rom-com. Takes place in Little Italy, Ontario, but like they never specifically say Ontario. You only assume it's Ontario because that's where it was filmed. But like it takes place in Canada because Canada and London are specifically named and referenced. It's just Romeo and Juliet. You got two rival pizza making families, and Hayden Christensen's in one and Emma Roberts is in the other, and then they fall in love, and there's a literally professing the love running through an airport scene at the end. And I feel okay at one point, kind of towards the end, when Hayden is, no, I love Hayden and I love Emma, right? So he's standing on a staircase yelling at her, going through security check, and he just stops talking at one point, and I'm waiting for music to start and him belting out in song. I felt like this was written as a musical, and then they just took the music out, because some parts of this story just stopped and then just went to a different spot. And in a musical, you have the story like being elevated up to a certain level of an emotion, and once that plateau hits, then the character breaks out in song to continue on the story. A lot of this movie felt like that, and it dragged because the songs weren't in there to pull it forward. Now, there's a lot of pizza movies. There's a lot of stereotypical Italian families, whether it's in America or, apparently this one takes place in Canada, but the stereotypes are all there. The Italian English speaking mixtures, the nonna and nono, grandma, grandpa, things of that nature, right? I just felt like this would have been so much better if it was a musical. And I don't think I've ever said that about many things. I mean, there's a lot of musicals we've talked about. Not many, actually. We've only talked about a few, but we've talked about some musicals that are based off of movies that have actually worked. Or like, for instance, when we talked about Mean Girls, who would have thought that the Mean Girls musical was absolutely incredible, basing it off of the movie? And now that there's going to be a movie based off the musical. And Hairspray did that. Hairspray was a movie, then it was a musical, then it was a movie based off the musical. A lot of things are doing that. So I felt like this was written as a musical, but it never got to be a musical. And I keep saying musical. Musical, musical, musical. Susical, susical, susical. Susical needs to be a movie. That's what I want. I don't know, man. It was a weird cliche movie. I didn't like it as a movie. If it was a musical, I think I would have liked it, but it was cliche. I expected more from the two of them, to be honest. I love Emma, I love Hayden, but I expected more. I don't know what else to say. Time for some pizza. Mucho mahalo.